The rain fell in a steady drizzle over the bustling streets of Cape Town, South Africa. Cars honked and splashed through puddles, their drivers barely glancing at the figure standing at the corner of Adderley Street. Emmanuel, a young father, stood soaked to the bone, cradling his infant son, Kwame, in his arms. The baby, wrapped in a thin, tattered blanket, whimpered softly, his tiny body shivering against the cold. Emmanuel's worn-out shoes squelched with every shift of his weight, and his threadbare shirt clung to his skin. He had no umbrella, no shelter, and no food. Yet, he stood firm, his eyes scanning the faces of passers-by, silently pleading for help. Emmanuel wasn't begging for himself. His son hadn't eaten since the previous morning, and the gnawing pain of watching Kwame's hungry cries drove him to this corner. "Please," he murmured to a woman hurrying past, "just something small for my baby." She glanced at him with pity but kept walking. Two men nearby muttered to each other, "Why is he out here in the rain with a kid? Probably just a scam." Emmanuel heard them but said nothing. He wiped the rain from Kwame's face and whispered, "Don't worry, my boy. Daddy will find something for you." Inside a sleek silver Mercedes parked in traffic, billionaire Nathan Kofi sat in the back seat, scrolling through emails on his phone. He was en route to a critical meeting with international investors, one that could expand his tech empire across Africa. The car inched forward in the notorious Cape Town traffic, and Nathan glanced out the window, distracted. His eyes landed on Emmanuel, standing like a statue in the rain, clutching his baby. Something about the scene struck Nathan, a father, soaked and desperate, yet holding his child with such fierce protection. Nathan leaned forward. "Stop the car," he said sharply. His driver, Samuel, glanced back. "Sir." "Just stop," Nathan repeated. Nathan stepped out into the rain, his tailored suit darkening with each drop. He approached Emmanuel, who didn't notice him at first, too focused on rocking Kwame to keep him calm. Nathan stopped in front of them, and Emmanuel looked up, startled. "Good morning," Nathan said softly. Emmanuel nodded, wary. Nathan's gaze softened as he looked at Kwame, whose tiny lips trembled. "What's his name?" "Kwame," Emmanuel replied, his voice barely audible. "Has he eaten?" Nathan asked. Emmanuel shook his head. "Not since yesterday, sir." Nathan's eyes moved to Emmanuel's drenched clothes. "And you? Have you eaten?" Emmanuel looked away. "No, sir. But I just need food for my boy." Nathan was silent for a moment, his heart heavy. "Come with me," he said. Emmanuel hesitated, fear flickering in his eyes. He'd never spoken to someone like Nathan, whose polished shoes and calm demeanor screamed wealth. But Nathan's eyes were kind, steady. Emmanuel glanced at Kwame, still shivering, and nodded. Samuel opened the car door, and Emmanuel climbed in, holding Kwame tightly. He sat on the edge of the leather seat, afraid to dirty it. Nathan handed him a small towel. "Dry him off," he said gently. Emmanuel wrapped Kwame in it, whispering thanks. As the car moved, Nathan asked, "What's your name?" "Emmanuel," he replied. "Where's your home?" Emmanuel's voice dropped. "We don't have one, sir. We sleep wherever we can." Nathan nodded, his face unreadable. "I'm taking you somewhere safe," he said. Emmanuel's eyes widened. "Really, sir?" Tears welled up, but he brushed them away. Nathan looked out the window, his mind racing. This man and his child needed more than a meal, they needed a lifeline. Nathan checked his watch. His meeting was looming, but he couldn't shake the image of Emmanuel and Kwame in the rain. "Take us to Mama's kitchen," he told Samuel. They pulled up to a cozy restaurant, and Nathan led Emmanuel inside. He ordered pap, grilled fish and warm milk for Kwame. Emmanuel sat stiffly, still cradling his son. When the food arrived, he looked at Nathan. "Can I eat here, sir?" Nathan nodded. "Eat." Emmanuel fed Kwame first, carefully spooning milk into his mouth. Then he ate, slowly, as if savoring each bite. Tears fell as he chewed, and he whispered, "Thank you, sir. God bless you." Nathan leaned forward. "Tell me your story, Emmanuel. How did you end up here?" Emmanuel looked at Kwame, now dozing, and began. "I grew up in a small village outside Accra. My parents died when I was young, so I worked odd jobs, cleaning, carrying loads, anything to survive. Then I met Amma, Kwame's mother. She was kind, strong. We planned to marry." His voice cracked. "She got pregnant, and I was happy, but I needed to visit my aunt in Accra to tell her, as tradition demands. I promised to return in a week." He paused, wiping his eyes. "There was a bus accident. I was injured, in a hospital for months. When I got out, Oma was gone. Her family said she'd left, thinking I'd abandoned her. I searched, but I couldn't find her. I lost everything, my job, my place. Now it's just me and Kwame." Nathan listened, his chest tight. He reached into his pocket and placed a stack of rand notes on the table. "Take this," he said. Emmanuel's hands shook. "Sir, this is too much." "Take it," Nathan insisted. "You need it." He handed Emmanuel a business card. "Call me in 3 hours. I'll take you and Kwame somewhere safe." Emmanuel clutched the card, nodding. He didn't mention he had no phone. He thought, "I'll find a way to call." Emmanuel tucked the card into Kwame's blanket and left the restaurant, his heart lighter. He boarded a minibus back to the corner where Nathan had found him, sitting under a shop's awning. But as he adjusted Kwame's blanket, the card slipped out, landing in a puddle. He didn't notice. He waited, planning to borrow a phone later to make the call. Meanwhile, Nathan's meeting went well, but his mind was on Emmanuel. At noon, he checked his phone, no calls. He frowned. Why hasn't he called? Doubts crept in. Maybe he didn't want help. Maybe he lost the card. He pushed the thoughts aside and focused on work, but unease lingered. Later, Nathan returned to Mama's kitchen, hoping to find Emmanuel. As he approached, he spotted his business card on the wet ground. He picked it up, his heart sinking. Did he throw it away? He sat at their table, ordered food, and stared at the card, torn between doubt and hope. Emmanuel, realizing the card was gone, panicked. He searched Kwame's blanket, his own clothes, nothing. Tears fell as he whispered, I lost our chance, Kwame. But a spark of hope hit him. The restaurant. Maybe it's there. He caught a minibus back, praying. As he arrived, Nathan's car pulled away. Emmanuel didn't see him, and Nathan didn't see Emmanuel. Inside, Emmanuel asked the waiter about the card. No, sir, nothing was found, they said. Defeated, he left, tears mixing with the rain that had started again. That night, Emmanuel slept in an abandoned building, Kwame curled against him. He whispered, God, please help us. He decided to return to the corner the next morning, hoping Nathan might pass by again. The next day was special for Nathan. His sister, Edwa, was returning to Cape Town after 15 years in London. He stayed home, preparing a feast, bobo tie, jollof rice, and mova pudding. Friends arrived, and laughter filled the house. But Samuel, the driver, was uneasy. On the way from the airport with Edwa, he'd seen Emmanuel at the same corner, Kwame on his back. He hesitated but said nothing until he caught Nathan alone. Sir, I saw the man from yesterday. At the same spot. Nathan's eyes narrowed. The man who threw away my card. But he remembered Emmanuel's desperation, his love for Kwame. Go back, he said. If he's there, ask why he didn't call. If he's genuine, bring him here. Samuel found Emmanuel still standing in the sun, Kwame sweating in his arms. Madam, Samuel called, then corrected himself, Sir, wait. Emmanuel turned, hope flaring. I lost the card, he blurted, tears streaming. I went back to the restaurant, but it was gone. Samuel saw the truth in his eyes. Come with me, he said. Emmanuel climbed into the red SUV, clutching Kwame. At Nathan's mansion, Emmanuel stepped out, awestruck. Nathan met him in the living room, where Edward and guests sat. Emmanuel started to kneel, but Nathan stopped him. Don't, he said. He led Emmanuel to a guest room. Rest here. Bathe. Food's coming. Later, Nathan and Edward sat with Emmanuel, now clean and in fresh clothes. You lost the card because you had no phone? Nathan asked. Emmanuel nodded. Mine broke months ago. Nathan leaned forward. I can't change your past, but I can help your future. What do you want to do? A business. A skill. Emmanuel blinked, overwhelmed. I used to repair bikes in my village. I was good at it. Nathan nodded. You'll stay here until we set you up. A place of your own, a shop for repairs. Emmanuel cried, whispering, thank you. Days later, Nathan took Emmanuel and Kwame shopping for clothes and a new phone, restoring Emmanuel's old number. Edward joined them at an apartment building. This is yours, she said, handing Emmanuel a key. Our father struggled alone, like you. I want you to have a home. Emmanuel fell to his knees, sobbing. Nathan hugged Edward, proud. Weeks later, Emmanuel ran a small bike repair shop, his name on the sign. Kwame played nearby, healthy and happy. One day, a call came from an unknown number. Is this Emmanuel? A woman asked. I'm Nana, Oma's sister. Oma passed away after childbirth, thinking you'd left her. She loved you. Emmanuel's heart broke, but he found peace knowing the truth. He promised to bring Kwame to meet Oma's family. Emmanuel's life was no longer defined by hunger or rain. Nathan's kindness had rewritten his story, proving that compassion can change a life forever.